Terry is almost here.
Okay.
She just called. She's 5 minutes late. Christy was finishing up an enrollment from this morning. She's on her way.
Okay.
On me now. Say again. I heard my computer ringing, but it wasn't ringing over there.
No, it was ringing in there. Hi.
I'm Alan Weirstein.
Well, hello, Alan. Angela Davis.
Angela, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Oh, when you get that. I promise I'm ready.
Mm.
Lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff to cover today.
Joe, usually the back seats are the best.
No.
Not.
You won't be on camera if you're in the back.
I don't need to be on camera.
Yeah, everybody does. We're all right.
Well, what about my makeup? I think you can do something about that.
No, I can't do anything much.
The scars from my Botox are going to show. Sure. No, not really. Not quite that vain.
Come on. Let's get a little. Wrong way.
So this, we're being recorded.
We broadcast to Texas and Kansas.
And so anything we say can and will be held against us.
Oh, we'll hold it all against it.
Can I call my wife and
No.
remind her when the insurance policies are?
No. Nope.
So Angela, how long have you been associated with?
With this guy? Let's see. What's it been? 3 months?
What's
Something like
that?
Since I've been with you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I've got almost half a day
Half a day.
in a row.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
We'll see.
Oh, you're welcome.
When the background check comes back, we'll see.
Yeah. All right.
But I was never convicted.
Yeah, that's it. So what have you been doing prior to that?
I've been in the insurance business about 40 years. And I was with Ray Corson.
I hear somebody.
The last
Who's there?
last June to December.
Who's driving?
Something.
Who's driving?
Me.
Hi, me.
December they elected
How's Texas?
position, so
Delightful.
I've been substitute teaching, so
Delightful.
that I, you know,
I'm just trying to get the video up and running. Sorry. Technical difficulties this morning.
it's I'm raising 2 of my grandsons, so I have a reason to keep going. Yeah, it's happening.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get going.
Are these infomercials or is this just straight information?
It's straight information. Promise. Angela, are we full of propaganda?
Propaganda?
Look at her.
I'm really honored today. Sorry, no, sorry. It's just great
So what-
information for us.
What is your background?
I have an insurance agency on the south side,
Okay.
and my health agency, and what I was looking for was to help expand, some additional business
That's it.
and supplemental and stuff. We've been real heavy health insurance over half. That's all the thing. This-
That was
That income is,
my demise with
Exactly.
Great Horse Time. 90 days into it, they sold to a bigger company, and then I think his intention was just.
Okay, sorry.
Piece of the pie. But,
That was Kansas saying they couldn't get on. Are we eating? It sounds good.
I was contracting brokers and agents with this. The pushback was saying, man, I want to take on a new deal with my toolkit, so to speak, with Obamacare or my groups that I've got. I don't want another thing to be concerned with, because we had a budget. I'm afraid it's messed up so much stuff. It just caused confusion in the marketplace. And stuff that keeps coming out. See, believe all that.
Casey, can you see the screen?
I can see it.
All right, here we go.
Hi Tracy.
Hello.
Christy's on her way back in. Terry Clark's on her way here as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I value your time. Thank you. I appreciate it. I value your time because you've sat here waited patiently all morning to, what is this meeting all about? What are we all about? Who are we? And why did I take on this crazy contract, right?
Depends on the home office approval.
It's pretty darn easy. Unless you're a convicted felon.
Like I said, I've never been convicted.
No, as I said, convicted is all we're looking for. You can be accused all you want. We don't care.
And the word expunged really means what
It really means what it means. All right, so let's get into July 28th. There is a ton to go over today. So let's talk through the agenda, everything I want to talk about. We will talk about last week's results. And just so you know, from a reporting standard, when on Mondays I'm talking about last week's result, I'm not talking about what happened as of the 25th. I'm actually 1 week behind that. True last week's results, net do not come out until tomorrow. We kick off on Mondays. So these reports will lag by about a week behind. Okay? I will kind of give you an update of what did happen from the best of my knowledge, but as far as what's official. In the news, there's probably plenty of things in the news, but I try and keep that brief. Do you receive from Debbie Alexander the weekly Kansas, Oklahoma Territory newsletter? You do not. Tracy, do you get that?
Yes.
You check your colonial email. Okay, so that's probably where you're getting it. So a lot of these results and things that I will review are in that newsletter. If you do review it, great. There's usually good information in there. I do regurgitate a bit of it. It usually comes out Thursdays and or Fridays. It comes from Debbie. She works hard to put it together. We will talk about, again, continued expectations. Wait, what? Expectations? Here we go again. We'll talk about the great expectations, right? We'll also go into a few other things and really review the true agenda. We just get started, so we'll jump in. We'll also talk about goals, training, Starcraft Clinic. Please.
Thank you. I apologize for being
No, it happens. It's fine. Christy's finalizing her enrollment, so she's running behind as well. Jumping in. Alan, something I do every single week here. I think you've been to one of my Monday meetings because you brought somebody. No, you brought Jeff with you. You've never been to one of these, correct?
not one of these.
Not one of these. Okay, fantastic. Well, Terry Clark, Alan Wiederstein, if I say it correctly. Alan,
That's
Terry
right.
Clark, and then you know Angela, Terry, Alan, Angela, Terry. Meet Tracy on the camera.
Hi.
Somewhere between Durant and McKinney at this point, correct?
Hello. Yes, I'm actually in McKinney. I'm in my car.
Okay. Welcome. Tell the other Alan, with an A, that I said hello today, please.
She's not a
I will.
casino with Brian.
No. No. And then Christy is on her way. Something I do every single week, and I think this is a very, very important part of building our organization, a very important part of building who we are as a team. Everything about us. we talk about some of these things, especially when I'm kind of doing an interview process with you, but I want to review our written mission statement, and so you understand what we're a part of, because this is what we've established to be our mission, what we want to try and accomplish. I will quiz you from time to time on it, but I don't expect it to be memorized. It's not like a Pledge of Allegiance where you need to be able to recite it. As long as you understand the core elements that are within it, understand it, and that's something you believe in, and we want to keep you as part of our team. So, we believe that it is our purpose to provide the highest quality insurance products in a cost-effective manner to people from all walks of life, while sustaining moral and ethical values and a heart for friendship. Our desire is not only to help customers protect their assets, but provide a direction that will allow our clients to grow those assets as well. What do you think? I say what do you think because there's a couple of you that are new. That's the first part of buying in.
I agree.
How many things in here, Alan, because you and I talked several times last week, how many things or key phrases or points do you think you and I discussed in our interview process?
I believe cost-effective products and what's going to help the client and the clients first.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Obviously, protect their assets, tax savings, providing additional dollars to offset the cost of deductibles from health insurance. We talked quite a bit about the cause of bankruptcies in the United States because after their health insurance pays and they're stuck with the other bills. So obviously that's what the bigger picture would look like to me.
Also, one of the most important things when we were talking about from the interview process, and you said, what am I looking for in a representative? I think that sits with me the hardest and is the most important. I don't care what's on your resume, right? What do I care about?
Yep.
Moral and ethics. Do I think you have moral and ethics? I can usually tell that by just talking with a person. I don't care what your resume says, where you've been and what you've done, because you can write anything on that piece of paper.
Yeah.
And I would be able to tell somebody has morals and ethics just based on the way we communicate. So that's something that's extremely important to me. When I started this business, I wrote a mission statement, and that has been the mission statement of this agency from the beginning. That's not changed.
Well, without that, the whole agency is no foundation.
Correct. So this is what we are trying to accomplish. Okay? This is what you're part of. Let's talk about, so the next piece of it is once you have a mission, you also have to have a vision and understanding where is it that we're actually trying to go. So I do have a vision statement. Now this one's a little bit more complex in nature as far as how many different elements are in it. And this is where if I do quiz it at one of these meetings, say, tell me what you know about our vision statement. Again, I'm just looking for key elements. I'm not expecting it to be memorized word for word. There are no brownie points for that.
Darn.
But there is
Pumpkin bread.
fresh pumpkin bread that Alan's making it this morning that is in the kitchen. So
It was actually made yesterday, so it's
Even better today.
even better today. But there's fresh pumpkin bread to go with the coffee, which looks like it needs it on a pot. Our intent is to exceed each and every goal set for the performance of each individual and the team as a whole. All right? Angela, you and I talked about this quite a bit, don't we?
Okay.
We have to talk about, we'll work out what is it that you're trying to accomplish, what are your goals, how do I help support you in achieving those? Not only achieving them, but exceeding them. And then also as a team as a whole. And we talked about this quite a bit. So this is done by recruiting, training, inspiring, and mentoring individuals with an inherent desire to help others. Why we're in this business? You don't have that as a part of you, I probably have never invited you to be a part of my team. So it's important. I have to recruit, train, inspire, as we all get down, all right? And mentor individuals with an inherent desire to help others. Our office will be composed of highly energetic individuals. Now, just because we have one down day, doesn't mean we're not an energetic individual. But if you know, those have been around me, and Chrissy's not here to attest to that yet. They've been around me just a little bit, Angela, a little bit longer. I am always going. I'm like the Energizer Bunny, right? By the time I get on, it's go time. And then I crash really hard. But that's okay. I love it. It makes every day worthwhile. Highly energetic individuals having a propensity to contribute to a team and achieve results greater than themselves while achieving personal success. Possessing the traits of ambition, aspiration, hope, and purpose are prerequisites to joining our organization. These are the aspects that I look at when I interview somebody, Alan. So when I'm talking to you last week, I'm saying, do you have ambition? Do you have aspiration? Do you have hopes? Is there a purpose to what you're trying to do? As long as that's it, that's the only requirement to have. That, and you can hold a license, and you know the expunge really means what expunge means, right? Right there.
Those pictures in the similarity that those pictures in the post office really, you know.
All right, so let's jump into, whoa, we're going too fast. Let's go back to what is in the news. Oh, okay. Come on.
Can we get a copy of that? And
What's that? Mission and vision? Yeah, absolutely. Be glad to provide that to you. It does hang in the wall in a couple of the offices. Huh? Did you ask me for one of them? I don't recall that, but I'll make sure everybody gets it. Okay, so
Why did you go so fast? Because it wants us to know that.
it wants it. I'm not ready to get to that yet. Go back one. Go back one. It's going to jump backwards twice. Okay. In the news. This is the only thing I'm going to cover this week. In the news, what is rolling out, we have a rollout meeting save the day. Angel, I didn't even send this to you because I know you're going on. I couldn't expect you to try and travel right in the middle of it. Does not mean you're not invited.
You did something.
Okay. But I didn't expect it. Most of us are traveling to Kansas City for the 6th. Right?
Are you leaving on the 6th?
I'll leave it on the 5th. We had already talked about some dates, and I knew there was a conflict.
Yeah, I just have all the time that class is going on.
Okay. Remember, I said there was something I wasn't worried about because I already knew you had something about that conflict. It's at 10. It starts at 10 a.m. in Kansas City, which is a 5.5 hour drive. So if I was leaving on the 6th, we'd be pulling out of this parking lot at 4 a.m. Right? We are going to go up late on the afternoon on the 5th. Right? It is not mandatory. I'll tell you why I'm going, why Christy is going. Tracy, are you going with us still? Hello.
Yes.
Did you mute me? You did, didn't you?
Marcy's tried that for a long time, I think.
We're going up. There's a couple of reasons why. What? I didn't say anything wrong, I promise. Alan may have, but not me. Anyways, we're going up on the 5th. Let me tell you why this is important. Employer paid group term life. Julio's never had a real strong product for group term life. And for some companies, this is a great in. Maybe they have an Allstate, a Prudential, a Principal. Hopefully, my understanding is that this product will compete with those. We had one a long, long time ago, but price-wise did not fit. Unum has, for those of you who are familiar around us, Unum corporately owns Colonial, so it's nice pairing to go in, but apparently our product is supposed to be in line with that. So I'm anxious to see that and see how the pricing is going to roll out. Whole Life is also coming in with the long-term care rider. In the past, we've only had the long-term care rider on our Universal Life product. Depending on the size of the groups we open, a lot of times I can get you a good GI offering, guaranteed issue offering, on a Whole Life product. Guaranteed issue up to $25,000 for only $6 a week. For a Whole Life product, it's pretty affordable.
That's a Colonial Life.
Colonial Life product. But now they're adding the long-term care rider, which is good because it's a living benefit that you can access on that policy. So I want to go see both of those.
That's awesome.
So when you get over 50 lives in a group, you can get a Whole Life offering, guaranteed issue up to $50,000 for $12. So we can do some good things. If you have over 50 lives, I can get you a GI offering on term life. Just a pair. We're really big on the GI offerings right now. There's a lot of stuff that we can do. It's really exciting. It just depends on where we're going. So that's what's in the news. Several of us are going up. If you do not go up, if you do not feel like you're going to miss anything, because the minute we get back, guess what we're going to cover in here? I'm going to teach it. Okay? So do not feel obligated that you have to go. The other reason that we are going is they're only doing this product rollout in, I think, 6 states across the nation. So Kansas City is not only hosting Kansas and Oklahoma, but we're also hosting Missouri, Nebraska, I think Iowa's coming. So a lot of people from other states that are our peers, or our competitors, if you will, are going to be there as well. So some friends that I've seen at some meetings, I'm going to get a chance to revisit this. So that's another reason for that. Kind of a big deal.
I just visited with a guy, a friend of mine, that I've known for a long time. He's in the insurance business. He said AIG's got something like this. Life insurance with the long-term care rider is really a upcoming thing.
Long-term as a standalone product is kind of fallen out the marketplace quite a bit. So where we are seeing it as an add-on is on a whole life product. I know that when we make sure that we add that on our UL, it's like $2 to be able to access. It's very low additional premium to have that rider.
Huge benefit to have.
It's a huge benefit to have.
Well, the LTC by itself, price.
Yeah. Even if you bought it 15 years ago, it was pricey. My dad's had one for 15 years, and he's still paying $180 a month for it. That's a lot of money that he's sticking into. You can put that into a different type of a fund and probably get a better result.
Yeah, that bumper sticker says, "Treat your children well, because they're going to choose your nurse."
That's right. So that's all I have for in the news today. There is more stuff again if you get the newsletter. So if you'll make sure you take one of those, that is that with a little bit more detailed information. Tracy, you saw this in the newsletter, so I don't need to email it to you unless you say please send it to me.
I'm good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the performance update. Where are the results? Again, this is 1 week last for Terry and Allen. This is a list of the DGAs that are in the Kansas and Oklahoma territory. So these would be my peers, my level peers, between 2 states. And of course, being Wilson, I'm on the bottom of the list. That's okay, because if you look at what's really going on, the week of the 29th, we had $5,400 in sales, and actually that was Tracy's account, so thank you, Tracy. And we were sitting at $17,522 for the quarter. Our quarter-to-date plan, the third quarter, is to hit $79,000. We've completed 22% of that, and I'll get into the year-to-date and stuff here in just a second. This is not my goal. This is the plan or the sales quota that I have with Colonial Life. To the best of my knowledge, last week was somewhere around $8,000 to $9,000. What I'm expecting to see on the official reports tomorrow morning. So I do know that one of the accounts we did about just over 5,000. Another one we did about 1,300. I think there was another miscellaneous 700 to 1,000 somewhere else. So I'm going to call it 8,000 to 9,000 is what I'm expecting. How do I stand up against my peers? You look at the plan size, what some people have to do in the quarter, 79,000 is very small compared to 182 or 358 or $644,000 in one quarter.
You have a better percentage.
I do have a better percentage. But let me make sure you understand who Ron Bowling is. Ron Bowling has been with Colonial Life for 39 years. First job he had coming out of college and the only job he's ever had. He consistently does multiple millions of dollars a year. So for me to have that kind of a plan, I'm not really worried about. Kelly Pugh, who is in Tulsa, a good friend of mine as well, has been doing Colonial for about 14 years. Works exclusively with brokers. That is where most of his business comes from. So I'm okay with competing or being under those. The rest of them have not been with Colonial more than 5 or 6 years. Brett Bates is in Ponca City, and he and I started about the same time. Although I'm giving him quite the run for his money. Brad Couch is new. Larry Crane, EC Zeros. You have heard Scott, or you may have heard Scott talk about his wife is battling very severe colon cancer right now. So he's now taking a leave of absence. He's had some zeros for a while, and we expect to have him back, but not for a while. Sam McFall is in Wichita. Phil Nichols is in Guthrie. Paul Parsons is in Kansas. So as far as Oklahoma, who's in Oklahoma? It's Brett Bates, Phil Nichols, Kelly Pugh, and us. 4 DGAs in the state. When I started as a DGA, there were 11 in the state. I would do that.
How many of these folks are in Oklahoma?
4. Ponca City, Guthrie, Tulsa. And that's it. Well, hello.
Hi. How are you guys?
We are doing great. How are you?
I'm great.
We're just reviewing numbers, but you're already up on numbers. You and I talked about it quite a bit. Say hi to Tracy. She can't
Hi,
hear you.
Tracy.
There you go.
I got to say hi to her a second ago. I was on there for a brief
Hello.
moment and then I got
But you guys are on the wrong one.
Ah, okay.
Who knows what I've done? I gotta figure out what I've done. I think I've scheduled it about 14 different times.
What?
I think I've scheduled it about 14 different times.
Oh, that's okay. I got to charge stuff forward.
Okay, that's fine. Let's get a move on. So, just pulling this quarter back up to the speed where we can see it. If we get into some real numbers, oh, that didn't show up, right? 61,478,000. Thank you. That doesn't count the 8 from last week. 61,478,000 is needed to actually hit our plan. I don't want to show up like that on my iPad. Didn't work out. But that's where we were at. To meet the minimum standard that Glenn says as a DJ you have to do. Right?
For the year?
For the quarter.
Oh.
End of September. However, my personal goal is for us to do $250,000 out of this district this quarter. Because I'm bringing on people like Derek, and I'm bringing on people like Alan. We've got people like Tracy already with us. By the way, Tracy, I want to review ADM goals with you this week because you are so close it's not even funny.
Okay.
Christy, you have a sales plan of what? What are you required to do? $40,000. What is your personal goal for this quarter? Let's do 100,000. What did you do last quarter?
35,000.
300% from one quarter to the next is quite a big jump. In addition to your 100,000, what else is one of your goals?
Well, I'm 60 and I would like to have 2 people below me that did 20 people.
So how many people in this room are on your team? All of them.
All 3 of them.
All of them. So her expectation is at least 2 out of the 3 of you also have a personal production of at least $20,000
By the end of
by the end of September.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I hope so.
Well, we
Is that
don't
wind
know.
sprints and push it?
We do.
Okay.
All I ask, and it's really, really simple. Christy started with me 1 year ago this month with no idea what insurance was all about. You know more than she does. You know more than she does.
All of you.
Alan knows more than she does. Except for the colonialized way of doing things. I promise you. Now, if you go back to, Tracy's not here as well. If you go back to when we were talking about mission and vision and heart to help others and being a part of a team, if you look at it from a team structure standpoint, both Christy and Tracy are ADMs, right? They're both agency development managers. They're both building teams. Tracy, I'm putting you on the spot, but how helpful has Christy been as a teammate / competitive peer to you?
Oh, tremendously helpful.
Would you have done as much as you've done without her?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, God, no.
I love her. She's awesome.
We all love her. We all love her. And we all love you. Although these 3 don't know who you are yet. Because that's how, the voice in the box.
Voice in the box.
She's the voice in the box. So you gotta come back to the room and say, yeah.
Where's she at?
She's in Durant and McKinney. That's about 40. Yes. Yes.
Durant.
Yeah, she's in Durant. Yeah, say it right. So since we're talking about numbers, I'm going to give you a copy of the numbers. This is what actually comes out in the newsletter. You and Tracy, you have the newsletter, so you have all of Debbie's numbers that she spends pages and pages printing, right?
Right.
So the graph that I just put up there, went over with you, is on there. Okay, so you can see all that. I'm also expected to continually recruit. You can see where I'm at with regards to new rep contracts, where we are at with year-to-date accounts, quarter-to-date, whatnot. In addition, I've gone ahead to include your ADM's same competition graph, if you will. So you'll see other names, and if you ever want to know where are these people located, I'll be glad to tell you to the best of my knowledge where people are. But what was most important to me and what I love to brag about is that page that you're on right there, and that's the congratulations. Okay? Because I want to see everybody's names start showing up on that. I want our team to take this. This is where I get a lot of pride. Maybe this is where my ego starts to come into play. But you'll notice top 5 new case count. Who's at the top?
Christie.
What's really important to understand, though, if I've told you in the past, is how many contracted reps there are in the U.S. Okay? There's 13,000 contracted positions. So that's DGAs, ADMs, sales reps, coordinators, enrollers, all across the board. Under just the sales rep contractor, who would traditionally be an opener, it's a little over 8,000. That's people that have an active contract. That doesn't mean they're actively working in the business. Okay? Again, Christy's been with us 1 year, 0 insurance experience 1 year ago today. She has 8. She's number 1 in our territory between Kansas and Oklahoma. Now remember, I told you, Kelly in Tulsa has been doing this 14 years. I told you, Ron Bowling in Kansas has been doing this 39 years. Yet I have the rep who has the most cases here today. If you look at that, what is her national rank? She's in the top 40 in the nation. That's pretty cool. And if you look at her in the region would be the Northwest region. There's what, 11 or 13 states? It's everywhere from Seattle over to the Dakotas. The Dakotas, Illinois, parts of Illinois, all the way down here through Oklahoma and across Utah and Northern California. So in the region, she is number 13. She's top 20. But again, my desire is how do I help mentor and inspire you to be on that exact same list? Now, Christy loves a good little competition, but she is like me. She'd much rather see you get your names in those lights as a part of her team than just her name. That's why you don't see my name. I'll put things under Christy or under Terry, under Angela, under Alan for your success because that reflects upon me. And I'd much rather see you be successful because that's my job. That's my give back to others. That's how I help others. Give you an opportunity to do one and train, mentor, and inspire you on how do you do it well. If you look at reps year to date, new account premium. What has Christy written year to date? Good. Second one to the right, just right to the right. Thanks. She's done $91,957 year to date, and if she wants to do personally at least another 60, but as a team, 100,000 this quarter. Now you notice the name right below that, Ryan Bowling. Same last name. That is the son of Ron Bowling. He was ADM of the year last year. Was he Rookie of the Year as well? Rookie of the Year? He wasn't Rookie. But he was the ADM of the year. Christy's giving him a run for his money. Right? That's exciting stuff. Benefit counselors, the people that are out doing the enrollments. Christy, again, a number 3 enroller. She has a huge task on her hands this quarter to stop enrolling. We've got to get her to stop enrolling. It's crazy because she's really good at it. But it will take her time and focus away from being able to help you as reps on our team, okay, for being out in the field. And we need to segregate how we do things. Same thing I told you when I recruited you. I got a team of people, and I do have people. Thea and Chuck are on there. We also have Becky, we have Devin, and Mia. So I have enrollers. She's just been doing a lot of it so far this year. And we're going to pull that back. Coordinators. Some of you know Natalie that works in our office. She's in the top 5. She's number 35 in the region, 192 in the nation. Not bad. I'm not going to get into how net sales credits work today, but if you look net, that's all the different roles, all combined. Christy is number 3 for that. Again, it's time to put your names on that list. So I share this with you so you understand it. Not that this will mean much to you, but this is how is our territory, the states of Kansas and Oklahoma, compared to the rest of the regions or territories nationally. So I want to make sure you understand where we stand. So I don't have it in my mission statement. I want to tell you one of my personal missions, visions, goals is. Oklahoma is so ripe for our opportunity with what's going on with healthcare reform and the lack of the penetration in here. My personal goal on is that this needs to be a $3 million a year office. No later than next year.
No, this year. That's,
By the end of 2015, we need to be at $3 million. The sooner the better for everybody involved. But we need to understand what that means. What is the market penetration availability? And so one of the doing an analysis of our market, let me know what is available here, just in the state. And they said with not taking 100% penetration, I forget what it was, 15%. It was a very low percentage, but based on businesses that are in the markets that we like, that are the type of industries we like, and everything above, that we should be able to pull out of the Oklahoma City metroplex. Now that's going to extend down south, about Purcell up through Guthrie, a little bit west, a little bit east, well over $8 million a year. Holy cow!
was it? They have stats on the penetration of supplemental products in X amount of businesses.
They can tell you how much Aflac did. They did a little over $9 million last year. Yeah, we should easily be
Just
doing
here
that.
for the whole state.
That may be a state number, I'm not sure. Let's just say it's a state number. For Oklahoma City as a metroplex to do a third of that, that's not unreasonable. And when it comes to it from a competitive standpoint, and that's where you'll see her light up, people love to replace Aflac.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Did you agree?
So easy.
See, I further back.
Yeah, we're duck hunters.
Yeah, you can go in there and show them prices, you know what they
I
have.
got ducks.
We're duck hunters. You need in your office, line the ducks up, have the BB gun, hunt for a living.
This is difficult when you meet someone. Of course, this may be ahead of it.
Tracy, how long have you been contracted with me?
Maybe 2 months.
How many Aflac replacements have you done?
Several.
At least 2 that I can think of off the top of my head.
Of course, that's not the purpose. When they say how to replace this, but let me show you better. Is this better or is this better? Is this cost?
Again, to the employer, I want to educate your employees. Here's why I believe Colonial's better. Here's what I have in writing that says it's better. And by the way, I'm going to let your employees have as good or better benefits and take more money home. What do you think the employer's going to say?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a duck or Colonial. As long as my employees are taken care of, and if they can take home more money and have the same thing, I'm all for it. And when the employer's paying for part of it, then they get really excited.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we have that coming up.
You have to replace it.
Nope, no replacement forms.
It usually works best when you go in there and they get it down. And then it goes, oh, you sit down, then 90% sit down, everybody have it that way. I don't know.
After they have it for 6 months, they must have a claim, you know.
Well, they don't know what they have. If they don't know what they have, they can't use it.
Yeah.
So that's
We're really, really good on this. Okay, so let's talk about expectations. Like everybody's showing up, prepared to actually work. Okay? I don't want to make this a we come to hang out and hang out in the coffee pot and eat down this wife's pumpkin bread and that's all we do. It's not. Oh yeah, you weren't here.
I'm like, where is it?
Why don't you go ahead and slice a little bit of that, and if you'll make another pot of coffee for us, it'd be great. But show up prepared to work, because we do work. Have a positive attitude. Now, we all have down days, and I understand that. But for the most part, in general, we need to have a positive attitude towards what we do. But unreasonable expectation. Understand what your goals are as a minimum expectation. Because remember, our vision is to exceed each one. So we'll set goals. I won't set them for you. Colonial set mine for me. I didn't have a choice in it. But for you, we'll set your goals. What is it we want to do in the next 6 weeks? What do we want to do in the next 6 weeks? I think that's about all we have left in this one. Okay? Yeah. It goes fast. Let me tell you, I ran all of second quarter, thought we were prepared, ready to knock things out. And we were scraping in at the last week, 30 grand under our goal. Now, the question is, do you think I met my goal?
But you missed it, but you caught it on the way down and you got 40.
Did I catch my goal? Absolutely. We did not miss it. We actually exceeded it by $2,000. It was one hell of a last week, let me tell you. And I'm so sick of those, chasing those last weeks of the goal. I'm pressing. hard right now, so we don't have to in the last week.
I've been there, man.
Because that starts to detract from what we're trying to do. So we'll set goals for yourselves that we need to establish as being the minimum. Anything less than that, and we're underperforming. They need to be reasonable. I'm not going to say I need to get $100,000 in the next 6 weeks as your brand. You're welcome to, but I'm not going to tell you you have to. You're more than welcome to. I'm not going to tell you you have to.
It need to be achievable
Correct.
and reasonable.
But they also need to have the plausibility of being exceeded. They need to be exceeded. That's when you really start to feel good about what's going on. In addition, you need to learn all that is required in order to be successful at what we do. There, you know, you just went through the whole mastery testing last week. Angela, you've been through the whole mastery test nightmare. Tracy, I think you're doing mastery tests for somebody else now, aren't you? No, she's not. She was
No,
about-
I'm not. I got
I'm just
bored.
kidding. That was a joke, I promise. And Alan's about to understand what that all means. Okay? In addition, make sure we turn in activity reports each and every week. This is the only person who does that. Now, I haven't asked you to do it yet.
Okay.
I haven't asked you to do it yet, Dan, because you really just got going.
Right.
Every now and then, Christy misses, but for the most part, she's consistent. But I always, without a shadow of a doubt, have something from Angela. Now, I had to make a new resolution and agreement with Scott, our territory manager, that I would turn in information on all of our team's activity no later than Monday mornings at 8:30. I failed him this morning. So I have the answer. I didn't know about anybody else. Yeah. So, as of now, please, 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 make sure that you, no matter what it is, don't ever fudge the numbers. I won't beat you up if it's under, we'll talk about, but I'm not going to beat you up. Please, 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 make sure I have those. Do me Fridays in the afternoon.
Preferably before 5, not
Preferably before 5, because I usually try and leave at a reasonable time on a Friday. By the way, since you were going, Christy, yeah, Angela got the high five for never missing a weekly activity report.
I'm never missing a week of what?
Weekly activity report.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I know you usually do.
I don't think
No.
that hit where you
Oh, no, it
wanted
did.
to.
That was a typical response.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, it is. Most importantly, though, and I think you know, ask questions and ask for the help when needed. Need it? There's no such thing in my book as a dumb question. The only dumb question is the one that wasn't asked.
You don't want it.
No, I really did. Now, it doesn't mean you'll get the answer to the question the minute you ask it, right, Tracy?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah. But I will get you the answer, correct?
Well, eventually.
You get the response online that you want right now.
Be nice.
Yeah. Thank you for being nice. I appreciate it. Moving forward, let's look at those fiery goals. What are we trying to accomplish? What is the weekly set of goals for everybody? Let's see, Alan, I got John here, and I got there. Tiffany. Tiffany couldn't join us. Tiffany's up in Art City, Kansas, but she may be going up on Kansas with us. So let's talk about outbound calls. Prospecting. That's a dirty word where a lot of people get really, really frustrated. But this is what we should be doing on a weekly basis. And I just realized I don't think it's nope, that's right. We should have 1,300 outbound calls done on a weekly basis. Right? Not individually, that's the whole team. Let's have it out. You were telling me last week 100 and something a day anyway. I'll teach you how to use Skype on your laptop. Drops. Doing corporate drop-ins on folks. Okay? You guys did a little bit of that last week, yes? You did, Terry? What do you think, Terry? Pretty easy, isn't it? Doesn't take much. We're not there when we do a corporate drop-in to actually sell anybody anything.
You weren't ready to.
Christy is. Christy's in an attack mode every time she goes in. But, for the most part, you don't need to. It's
She, I
great
left her
little-
sitting outside a Quick Stop the other day. She was like,
I thought she was really a long time in the bathroom.
No, she was actually trying to sell at the Quick Stop.
I-
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
She does that everywhere she goes. Right, Tracy?
Yes, she does.
A week ago.
Weekly. Yes, Tracy and Christy had come off a long day of enrolling down in Texas and decided to have an appetizer at a local place. And Christy spotted a gentleman wearing what looked like a service worker's shirt, emblem, like a mechanic type deal. And Christy said to Tracy, well, if I had my license in Texas, here's what I would be doing. And Tracy, I'm reiterating what I was told. So if I get the story wrong, I'm sorry, Tracy, but here's what I was told was Tracy's response was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding. And she says, nope, watch. And got up and went and did it.
No. I
Yeah,
thought she
I-
had her eye on a cute guy.
Wait, what? We lost the audio there. Say that again?
Yes.
I thought she had her eye on a cute guy.
She probably did.
no, she did not. He was a greasy mechanic guy. All I wanted to know is where he worked and how many employees and what kind of benefits they had.
They did one the sheriff's badge or something.
No, and I wanted to know who to talk to, so I got it all. Tracy's supposed to go by there.
Have you gone by there, Tracy?
Yes. I'm just trying to get with the point of contact. I had to leave it at the front desk, and so I'm going back. I'll do that today.
There you go.
We sat there and talked about this. I was like, I'm going to do it. I don't care. I'm going.
Can I say something? In my 40 years in business, I was 30 years in one company. We had a saying that honest, intelligent effort is always rewarded. Now that's probably archaic, not profound, but
Honest what?
honest, intelligent effort is always rewarded. And anything you measure will improve. That's why you keep track of all this stuff. So whatever that's worth.
Let me tell you why we track activity. Activity tracking is important to find out where there may be deficiencies in training. It's really, really important to Scott that if we're making the calls and getting the appointments and the businesses closing and there's something that's broken, if we're making the calls and drops and getting the appointment and not closing, something's broken, if we're making all these calls, we can't set the appointments, then something's really broken right here. And that's why it's important. It's how we are able to try and keep track of how to mentor or help you. That's why I say, please don't fudge the numbers. So again, going back to the honesty is really, really, really important. All right? Now I will also tell you this. It has been proven all over the place, multiple territories, multiple offices, including this one. That's the secret formula to success in what we do is a minimum 200 calls and 75 drops a week will always get you at least 5 appointments, if not 10. And 5 to 10 appointments a week will have you closing 1 deal a week on average. Christy, you've been with me a year. Do you agree or disagree with those calculations?
Yeah, the more you call, the more.
No, not the more you call. Here's the formula. 275, somewhere between 5 and 10 will net you at least 1 to 2 cases a week.
But it takes that many calls, really.
It really does take
You know,
that many
somebody's
calls.
interested because whether that's a drop in or a phone call. Sometimes that you get so many solicitations on the phone that
I'm telling
I
you,
don't want this trip to Miami right now. Thank you.
I promise you, that is the formula. And this can be tedious. Now, you sat with her while she makes calls. Does it require her to make 200 calls to get her appointment? No. Christy can be able to make 3 calls for your appointment. She's just got a way that she handles people. It's unique. Yeah.
Are you threatening them? Corey?
I'm very good.
Says, I'm coming or I'm bringing the cops with me. One of them said, which way you want to
I'm really threatening.
go? No.
No.
Get your checkbook out, son.
But we want to get to having 7 our average of 7 accounts a week closed here. We've only done 13 year to date, and yet we're still exceeding our goals.
You done how many did you say?
13.
For the week?
No. For the year, the entire year. 2 quarters plus 4 weeks. We've done 13 years. That's it. Wow. Yet, you know that number is a little over $186,000 on those 12. So do the math on what my
Today
average
is 1 year for me. Does that mean today counts or today doesn't count?
Oh, how far off are you?
With that extra level, that level.
Okay.
I can do it.
I'll make this week count. All you gotta do is get this week.
Oh, yeah.
I can make it work this week.
Okay, good.
Is today your 1 year anniversary?
I think so.
Is it really?
Happy anniversary to
I really think it is.
And I can get you
Cake was
anything.
$400. Banana cake. He brought me a cake.
Yeah, you did.
There you go.
Hey, here you go. Here's your gift. A brand new rep.
Okay. That brings cake.
That brings cake. All right.
The return policy is pretty simple.
I think we're gonna have to ship some cake down to McKinney, Texas.
I can pack.
I'm gonna take it and go with it to the dog place.
There you go. Pipeline, this needs to be updated probably a little bit. I didn't spend a tremendous amount of time on it this morning. I can tell you I was trying to help him with this market conduct survey access, as well as 3 or 4 client calls that were coming in, and the UPS guy. But I just quickly glance at what I need to be in the pipeline. This is what I know to be in the pipeline as of right now. I don't know why it's doing that. It's goofy today. Sunbelt rework is on 100%. Starts this week. Actually started last week.
And that means rework.
It is
Re-enroll
an
in new
anniversary of the client, and we're going back out and re-offering to our clients. They have the ability, new hires that may have been in the last 90 days, as well as it's open enrollment time. I can tell you in East Texas on Sunbelt, we did a little over $5,000. There's only 8 employees out there, and showing that with 4. We did an additional $5,000 last Friday. Corpus Christi is happening right now. We're out this week with Thursday, and I'm going to get to all the enrollment stuff. City of Kanawha is tomorrow. Oh, I'll get tomorrow's account because you know that's a done deal.
Yeah, exactly.
You got at least 15,000 on that account.
Excuse me, to the new enrollees, to the new employees, that counts toward her new production. But if you re-enroll an existing, what does that count?
Doesn't count? Yeah, it counts too.
That
Because
counts
as
as
long as it's a
new.
new product.
If it's a new product, but if they just say, I just want to keep it, I've got, that's,
Doesn't count anything.
That doesn't count. But
Other than-
always new employees, and then if they,
What I see on the books already, now there's a questionable $33,000, and that's somebody who recently left. I'm trying to get back in on these 2 accounts. So there's $3,300 on there. So call it about 90,000 in the pipeline for a safe number already. After you're done with some of the stuff that's going on, this is a big deal for you. I know you can get that one. Which means you need to go up with Tiffany, and you guys need to go close that deal. And that's easily at $45,000.
that was a place that was doing another enrollment and stopped by to make sure I was going to the right place and went in and talked to the owner, and I had the paperwork, had everything, and she laughed at me. Figure this out. So there, but that, the employees all want it, and I just gotta go back up there.
and where is it?
Medford,
Wow.
and Missouri and
Colorado.
Colorado. And I just stopped by to say, is this, I just wanted directions.
She was trying to get directions to a green.
And asked if I
So
could
they-
talk to the
I
owner,
live
so
in Enid.
you know where Medford.
I can tell you there's nobody actively pursuing Enid right now.
If you don't
That
go
is
there,
your
there's
hot spot
open
there.
They might let me back in, I don't know, the last time I was there.
Expunged means expunged.
They may be at the county lines.
But I don't have anything under Tracy's name, Angela's name, Terry's name, Alan's name, nothing there yet. But I think that's going to change starting this week. See what we can do to actually run that $250,000, because I can do it with just the people in the room, including the one on the camera or on the phone over there. We can do it $250,000 with just the 50. I don't need 12, 15, or 100 to do that. Just us, and we can pull off that goal. So that when there is 12 of us, we are on track for hitting that $3 million mark where we need to go. So I think it's important that we review those things. I don't hide any of this data from you.
Steve, what about going, talking to the agency, and they want to use?
I'll help you with that.
You deal with that.
Oh, yeah, that could happen.
So let's talk about training. Okay? Here's the hot training topic for today, right? What should you know? What do you think the answer to that is?
Much as possible.
As much as possible. It's actually a really simple equation. We need to know our calling script. We need to know the corporate drop-in script. We need to know how to overcome objections. We need to know how to deliver a decision-maker presentation. We need to know how to deliver or complete new account paperwork when somebody says yes. We need to know our in-office new account process. Okay, I got this new account paperwork, so what do I do with it? Right? Follow procedures in a timeline. And on top of that, I'm going to put this on the end. This is the best way to get more business. And that is getting a referral from the client as soon as the job is complete. Keep your pipeline full. If you think I did such a good. Sure. Sure, absolutely. So, for the two of you, this is what we need to focus on immediately, right? Making sure you have the script, which I think Christy gave you a copy last week. You have that. You have both of those. Overcoming objections, that takes practice. We'll give you some of the basics. And since this was new, I kind of went backwards and new. Alan, and what we do a lot in here is rehearse that. Okay, we're going to rehearse or role play. And that can feel really uncomfortable. Because you're in front of your peers, you don't feel like you know it all.
Horrible role play.
Good.
Put me on the phone, okay.
Good.
Role play.
I know. Sounds uncomfortable, but we do it. Because the better you get at it here, the more prepared you are out there. I promise you, we've had that conversation. All I ask is that we are a team. I promise I won't pick them. I want everybody to participate. Right? We've seen you do it. Everybody to participate just a little bit. Okay? And we'll ease you into that. Like I promise you'll get really good at it. And it's more about the overcoming the objective. It's not, do I have the script memorized? I'm not going to focus on the calling script and the corporate drop-in script anymore. We're going to focus on the objection part. That's the key right there. With that, what is that?
Could you go back that one slide? I just want to let that last.
Something showed up with just a little.
Glitch.
Yeah, I'm getting glitches today for some reason. Shh. You're like scratching things out.
I'm freaking out. I'm like, it is done.
Are they doing flex over there now or no?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, very good. So, does that mean you have to re-enroll stuff? Oh yeah, you might.
Well, you can figure that out.
I can.
Oh.
Okay. Did you get all that up? I can avoid the last slide for just a minute. Let me get on to what is important. Because I am full of sharing what is happening, and I am going to get you involved in different parts of what's going on. This is this quarter's enrollment. Ian, a fresh copy of this. So you saw some of the pipeline, but I wanted to see how the rest of this month looks in regards to enrollment. Now, before we read into this in great detail, what I want, and I will email this to you, Tracy, okay?
Okay.
This does not stop us from moving forward on any single account, right? You bring an account in ready to enroll with dates. You may not even have the dates, and that's okay. We'll talk about that. You bring it to me ready to go. It will happen. I will guarantee you your enrollment happen. I will guarantee your enrollment will go off smooth.
You don't have to try to like, oh,
Don't-
we did that day.
Don't look at this and
Yeah.
figure, oh, I can't have something happen because we already have something going. Okay? But this is what we have going. You'll notice every day this week I have an enrollment going on. And this I brought out as an example because I want this to be our calendar on a regular basis. I want to get it to where a page is just a week. Because there's so many places listed and so many enrollers going different places. And so it should be. We have a Mulkey County EMS this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Chris is going into Mulkey. This is a rework account. Lydia Kanawa tomorrow. Christy and Becky are going out. There's an employer paid. There's 19 employees. This will be a really good account for her. I'm expecting her to pull off tomorrow 19,000.
The employer designates this much, she says, I'll pay for all of it, whatever you want to do, or what?
So I'll tell you the details on that one. That one's complex, but basically they're buying an accident plan for everybody.
You have to think about that at night.
Hey, let's not get into it right now. Is what I said. Please.
Other than that,
Yeah, not right now. On the 30th, Wednesday, one of my reworks that started last week, Sunbelt Oilfield in Oklahoma City. Christy's on that. Becky is taking care of Steve's Wholesale. Steve's Wholesale Tools. One of my accounts. So that's being done. I have 2 locations there, plus Sunbelt being taken care of on the 31st. Christy and Becky are going to finish Sunbelt because it has to be done on Thursday. And there's a bunch of folks. Which means, Christy, on Wednesday, I may want you to take somebody for the experience of enrollment to Sunbelt. Katie Terry. Because you're there alone, yes? I want you to take Terry with you to help you.
you will start from Wednesday.
So, let's get her up to speed on what an enrollment is really.
No,
This is one of
we haven't got.
just so you know, and I don't say this about all of them, I do say it about a lot of them, but this is a very special client. Very, very near and dear. This has been an incredible account for a couple of years. This is an account that has a claim story that I cannot wait to get in writing. The gentleman, 2 years ago, 2012, signed up and bought our accident plan, which is guarantee issue for both on and off the job coverage. Got hurt. They were talking about blends cost him $10, $12 a paycheck, maybe 16, I forget. We do the math. 26 pay periods at 16. How much has he paid in for 2 years?
Less than 500 bucks.
Maybe call it $600-700 a year. Call it just under $2,000 paid in. We've saved his family over $21,000 year to date on that policy. Because he got severely hurt on the job. Now, workman's comp is covering all of his medical bills. Workman's comp is covering 70% of his lost wages. But there's a lot of things that weren't covered, like his wife having to travel back and forth to the hospital or spend some time in a different city with him because he's in a place that's really cold, uncertain Texas. Where are you? I'm uncertain.
I'm certain.
I'm just in Texas. That's really the name of the town.
A whole other country.
Yeah. So he is anxious to get back to work. The employees know this. His location in Texas is what we enrolled, and everybody said, sign me up. I don't care what I get, sign me up. We know how well you took care of him. We want it. Okay? So this one's very near and dear to my heart. Just so you know. We'll go out with her on Wednesday. Plan on doing that. Sunbelt, I got Christy and Becky doing that, so I'm not sure about Thursday yet. That'll be a barometer from Christy because we have to make sure we see everybody before the end of Thursday because we go into the 1st. Okay? So Thursday. Then we got one on Friday that's a little simple one. Monday we got one of the locations, Steve's Wholesale. Then we're leaving the 5th, going up to Kansas City for the evening. And then we'll spend the 6th, and we'll come back on the 6th. We have to get back because starting at 7:30 in Blackwell, Christy has to be in Blackwell. The main office supply, this is a rework. And until we get to the 25th, everything on here, we'll check. Everything on that August is a rework account. None of this is new business. You'll be placing new business. You'll place some new business. You'll be placing new business in August. Sound good? What do you think? How on track are we to hit our goal? What do you think? How much did I have? 62,000? All right. Few slides back, we had $62,000 to still meet the goal. We know there's another 8 of that. Call it 54. We'll know tomorrow officially.
End of August? Okay.
Maybe 54. Christy, what did you do today?
33.
Another 33 done today. Call it 51. Yeah, but I don't want to just hit it. My personal goal is $250,000, not 79. 79 is just a part of the way there. That's only about a third of what I really want to do. That's why I gotta get to the 79 by the end of this week, or the 51 by the end of this week. We'll be really close. We'll be really, really close by the end of this week. Exciting stuff. So, with that being said, that's the enrollment calendar. That's what's going on. I'll have to send that over to Tracy, and this is always with you, but I don't know what to do. There we go. I don't know why that other one's hidden. But it's really what you've seen on some of the other slides, and it says we're all part of something that is bigger than ourselves, because we all have a propensity to work with each other as a team. We are all counting on each other. So I am counting on you, and you're counting on her, and she's counting on you, and all three of you, and vice versa. Tracy's counting on me to do everything for her, right?
Heard the Tracy, heard.
I'm here. I had it
She's
muted
there.
because
She
there's a lot
heard.
of
She
noise
was
in the
enjoying
background for me.
Okay.
Andrea said okay to what? I knew that. I already had her committed. Okay, but I already had her committed on text. Okay. We good? It is 12:10. I mean, you promised me you had somewhere to be. I promised you that I would have you out in time to be there. I'd like to spend 5 minutes with you before you disappear if at all possible. Other than that, we're going to break. Have the lunch deal. We'll kick off our call clinic, see what we can knock out between 1 and 5 today to set up our week. So, as you can tell by that calendar, Christy is pretty out of pocket. Not impossible, but she's pretty well gone this afternoon, gone to Conowall all day tomorrow until she's done. Wednesday all over the place. So that means if you can't reach her or she's tied up and you need something, you have to step in. I've made sure to keep my calendar somewhat free this week to be able to help all of you. Okay? Sound good? The only other thing I would
Well,
say
It's just interesting.
well, your calendar would be on August 8th, which is a Friday. Not much on the coordination of that week. First of all, we're going to Kansas and back that week. I will also be leaving early that Friday. So as you know me, I'm a workaholic. For me to leave early, that's a big, big deal. I'm only going to be gone for the weekend, leaving Friday, coming back on Sunday. I'm going to go see my brand new nephew, that was just born. On the weekend. Born on July 5th. I'm going to see my baby brother's first baby. Other than that, why do I hear ducks?
Someone act like.
I swear I heard a duck
Elmer's.
coming across from there.
Elmer's over there.
We need to get that Dynasty in there.
That's right. That's duck call?
That'd be an awesome colonial commercial.
Actually would. I will get the details this week, but Tracy has gotten Scott convinced to run a contest.
I did not. You did that.
Tracy started it. Scott is the territory manager for Kansas. But she found this shirt, and I don't know where she was, but she saw this t-shirt somewhere. Got a picture of a duck with duct tape around its bill, and it says, "Shut the duck up." Shut the duck up, as in duct tape its bill. Some people can take it different. Yeah. The duck.
It's D-U-C-T.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, Scott loved it and wants to run an Aflac Takeover contest for August. We do not have all the details. I'm sure he'll have me helping him put that together. But there will be other things besides just a Shut the Duck Up t-shirt. There may be phone case covers. There may be, water wings.
Pumpkin bread.
There may be some amounts rice fan and pumpkin bread. I don't know. But we can all thank Tracy for the contest.
Woohoo!
Woohoo. Thank you, Tracy. With all that, that's all I've got for today. I think I covered a lot. For Alan and for Terry, I will get into the details on that list of call scripts and all those things that you need to know. Because that's part of that's in the GPS. And were you given the GPS book last week?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
You read the whole thing?
I didn't memorize it, I read it. But there weren't many pictures, I was pretty disappointed.
Yeah.
You really like the cover,
Deep-
like
deep
the
or
Sonic,
dark?
like that Sonic commercial.
Cover to cover?
Cover and cover.
Yeah.
Cover and cover. With that, I'm gonna sign up, Tracy. I'll talk to you a little bit later today, okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay, I gotta call grandma, our youngest grandson's got real bad.
Oh, long time ago. Oh, yeah.
I probably saw